For the past couple years, I've chosen a word to be my North Star, a word to guide me in my professional and personal life, a word that I can think about throughout that year, a word that kind of makes me want to be that thing that I'm trying to be. In 2022, I had just been diagnosed with breast cancer. I was at a super low point in my life, and everything felt so scarce. My health felt scarce. My finances felt scarce. I was just in this scarcity mindset. The word that I selected on New Year's Eve of 2022 was abundant, because I wanted to feel abundance in my life. I wanted to feel abundant love, abundant health, abundant safety, abundant security. But 2022 actually turned out to be a really depressing year, and a year that was full of scarcity, but I tried by choosing the word abundant. In 2023, I came out of treatment and I was starting to figure out, who am I after surgery, chemo, radiation, all the things. I was trying to just figure out, what am I going to do now with my life? I was on the cusp of a career transition, selling my ski shop. The thing that I wanted to be in 2023 was authentic. I wanted to show up online and be authentic. I wanted to show up in person and be authentic. I wanted to be sad if I was sad. I wanted to be happy if I was happy. I just wanted to be authentic and authentically me. And when you show up for a Hike Like a Woman trip, I hope that I am the same person that you see online in person. Authenticity is always my goal. But that was my word for 2023. And it was the perfect word coming out of breast cancer treatment and transitioning into a new career. Last year, 2024, when the new year rolled around, I was really excited. I just made this change. I sold my ski shop. I was going all in 100% on Hike Like a Woman. I was going to show up every single day. I was going to be authentic. I was going to feel abundant, but I wanted to keep the momentum going because we finished 2023 so strong. So my word for 2024 has been momentum. And I love that word because it's a word that's full of energy. It's full of movement. It's full of promise. It's full of new experience. It's a word full of new opportunity. Really, 2024 has been full of momentum, not just with adventure travel, but just within my own personal life, my own personal relationships with my family members, my own personal friendships. It's been a great year of momentum. So I'm thinking, and we're about to enter 2025, and I'm trying to figure out what my word for 2025 should be. So I'm out here on a little hike in the snow, just enjoying this beautiful pine forest on a cloudy, maybe snowy morning. And the word that keeps coming into my mind is consistency. Because I had a lot of momentum in 2024, but I didn't have a lot of consistency with things like working out, consistency with things like eating healthy. I didn't have a lot of consistency with our YouTube channel. I didn't have a lot of consistency with social media. I didn't have a lot of consistency with our newsletter. There just was not a lot of follow through on my end. I would start a project, get really excited about a project, then my enthusiasm would go away and I wouldn't finish as strong as I'd hoped. So for 2025, my word is consistency. Now I'm curious if you choose a word for the year. If you do, drop it in the comments below. So there are 5 areas in my life that I think about on a daily basis. The first is my family. Second is my home. Third is my community. Fourth is Hike Like a Woman. And fifth is my health. Instead of sitting down and thinking about like a whole bunch of goals that I'm never going to achieve, this year I'm just trying to put one goal for each of these categories into my journal. My goal with my family is just to keep showing up for my children. Last time my 8th grader had a really difficult homework assignment, and it took my husband and I both sitting around the kitchen table to help him get through this homework assignment. There were some big emotions and some big feelings. I always thought I needed to really be there when my kids were young. But now as my kids are entering this like middle school, high school years, I feel like I really need to show up and be available. If it's a homework assignment, if it's a difficult situation, they're struggling with a friend or a teacher, like I just need to be able to show up because being a teenager is tough and I just want to do a better job of being there for my kids. Next on the list is home. We have been in a massive remodel for 2 years, actually almost 2.5 years. 7 years ago, our basement flooded and we live in a really old house. As we were kind of carrying things out after the flood, we realized that our foundation was crumbling, so we had to re-pour concrete in our house and fix the foundation. That led to a remodel in the living room as well, and we've been trying to do the project ourselves, and we've been cash flowing it. So we've been trying to save as much money as we can on this remodel, and it's turned out to be a complete nightmare. We fail like nearly every inspection that we have with the city. It's been horrible. Anyway, my first world problems are incredible. But anyway, my goal with my home is to get this remodel done, and then to think about other things that I can do to make my home, to make the space in our home a little more practical and a little more usable. It's just a really old house. It's quirky and weird. And you might not know this about me, but I really love adventure and I really love being outdoors, but I also really love kind of like home decorating and remodeling and all that stuff. So maybe if you want to see what's going on with my house, maybe I should start to share some of that adventure with you. So I don't know, let me know. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of my 100-year-old home and the remodel that's going on. When it comes to community, one thing that's been lacking in my life the past couple of years has been volunteer opportunities. And I used to lead group hikes in my community every single Friday morning. And I used to do a ton of volunteering. And when I owned my shop, I did a lot of volunteering. I've served on various boards within my community and tried to do some service type thing every single month. And I haven't done anything the past couple of years. And so I'm kind of searching for a way to give back to my local community. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that's going to be, but I do feel this tug with this need to serve and to be a volunteer in some capacity within my local community. Next up, Hike Like a Woman. My main goal with Hike Like a Woman this year is to show up consistently. To show up consistently for you 4 days a week, newsletter, 2 videos, 1 podcast episode. That's my goal. And I think that with some consistency, hopefully we can share the Hike Like a Woman message with more women and provide more opportunities for women to go on these life-changing, amazing opportunities that we lead here. And finally, health. I feel like my health is pretty good. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I have gained weight since cancer treatment, but I'm learning to kind of accept that this is my new body. One thing that I'm excited about with our remodel is I am going to have a room in our house that I can turn into a little home gym where I can do some yoga and some stretching and some meditating, and put in a treadmill so I can just walk uphill all day long to prepare for climbing Mount Kilimanjaro again. So I'm excited about this home gym, and if you want to see me put together our home gym, then holler in the comments. Another thing that's going to happen is my husband and I have an apartment, and my husband's office is in the main floor of this apartment, but the tenant who lives on the second floor of this apartment is moving out in June. And so I am going to move into that apartment, and Hike Like a Woman will have its first official office. So I will have a dedicated, quiet place where I can work every single day. And I'm really excited that I will finally have an office, and maybe I'll share the office move-in with you guys here on the channel too. Those are my goals for 2025. I want to be consistent and I want to show up for you.